About my friends, about to go and damn near went blind. Young niggas at the pad throwing up gang signs. Ran in the house and grabbed my clip with the Mac 10 on the side of my hip. Bailed outside and pointed my weapon. Just as I thought, the fools kept stepping. Jumped in the foe, hit the...
Really, the only way I can start this video is with a face palm. What's going on, guys? You know how a couple weeks ago I pranked the entire state of Florida for a good cause? Well, firstly, it hit 1 million views and is going insanely viral, so I'd just like to thank each and every one of you so much because I'm very proud of that video. If you have not seen the video of me pranking the entire state of Florida, the link is in the description. This video will not make sense if you have not seen that one. So go watch that, like it, and then come back. Secondly, the plot once again thickens. For one, there is no way to put all the footage from that entire ordeal into one video, which is the pranking the entire state of Florida video, so I'm gonna go a little bit deeper into the story. That was lightning. Holy sh**. I say I'm going to go deeper into the story because I have to explain our side of things once I reveal to you that we got a ticket. That's right, we received a ticket in the mail regarding our fence. Not just a ticket, a criminal offense. Criminal offense? For the fence on the beach? Oh, that's good. That's good. Basically meaning there is a possibility we will do jail time for having that fence up. I have a script here that I must read off of. So I'll start from the beginning. For one, I didn't include the footage of us emailing them as Mike Honcho, which is what got the news out in the first place. During the first morning of having the fence up, I created the email mikehoncho94@gmail.com, where I proceeded to email them this message. I was doing my morning routine out on the beach this fine Monday morning when I saw this. Looks like people are taking the new law seriously and fencing off their private beaches. I've attached a few pictures below. If you decide to use them, please let me know so I can watch, along with crediting my name, Michael Honcho. Thank you. I emailed this to 4 news stations, all of which responded almost immediately. They asked when and where. I told them, and they sent out news teams almost immediately.
That fence, it looks terrible. Awesome, Michael. Do you want me to, your name's Michael, right?
Yes.
Okay, my name's Wendy again. Do you want me to...
There were also 2 instances where the cops came that I didn't include because there was so much footage. What's going on? Happy 4th. So we had to set up a firework prevention outline today. How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Can't complain. It's gonna be a good day.
So when are you gonna do the fake shark prank? You did the fake gator. I was laughing.
We thought about that, like, I mean, years and years.
What news media is coming out today?
Another one?
I don't know, you guys.
There was like
Pay News 9, Channel 8,
Fox, ABC. It's good though because it put a lot of attention on this story. A lot of angry people though, just because we were trying to stir the pot. We were trying to cause a lot of controversy so that the story got more attention, so that maybe people took it more serious.
What I was laughing about is, so they're interviewing you and then your dad comes out and they don't know that's your dad. So they, you know what I mean? They're like, the news media is saying your dad's yelling like he's a normal person, and I'm like...
So basically me and my dad are arguing with each other on it. Yeah. Well, that's what they needed, they needed the controversy for it to be a big story. And actually, there's been a lot of confusion. Like, do you guys even still know how to technically enforce this yet? Like, nobody knows.
Not that I'm aware of.
Specifically, it's like, all right, can we sleep out here? Can I bring my dogs? Like, there's all these questions that are up in the air now. And the news actually got a statement from Governor Rick Scott last night regarding all of this. He said it's going to be handled on a case-by-case basis by the local law enforcement and by the city. I forgot whoever was the head of legislation said if there's more fights like this, which is meaning between me and my dad, that they're going to have to put a new amendment. So, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Well, there's 870 miles of Florida coastline. 690 of those are owned by the state and by the government, which will never be private. So that's about 80% of the beaches that will never be private.
All right, but we'll get out of here until you pop half.
Sorry for wasting your guys' time again.
Thanks a lot, Jack.
Let us know when we're too loud by tonight, all right? Now this is where it gets interesting. You remember that city worker code enforcement guy that came out demanding we take the fence down within 24 hours or we would get a fine of $200 per sign and a fine for the fence and everything else. After that happened, we planned to take it down the next morning, but woke up to our fence being stolen. Later that day, we came to realize that the people who stole our fence put it on Facebook because they were mad we were privatizing our beach, even though the entire point of this was to show people how dumb the law is. So again, to the people who stole the fence, you're stupid. You're dumb. But also thank you, because that added to the whole drama of this entire ordeal. So I think thank you. We left the fence down for an entire day and a half after that. 2 more news stations came out, one of which broke the story about this being a publicity stunt and how Mike Honcho is my dad, this and that.
Ever to put a fence up on that beach.
An apparently angry neighbor complaining about the fence Jack Tenney put up in front of his beachfront home. But Tenney says they've totally missed his point. He put up the fence as a prank and a protest of Florida's new law for his more than 3 million YouTube subscribers. By the way, that angry neighbor we caught on camera,
If you want to kick your, you know what.
that's Tenney's dad, who's also in on the joke.
After it was pretty much over and done with, the 4th of July rolls around. 3 days after we put up the fence in the first place, which was July 1st, the date the law went into effect, on that day, the 4th, we put up the fence again in case more news stations came and there was a chance of us getting on the air again. And also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna level with you guys. It was nice to have that fence up. We didn't block off the entire beach, just a small section in front of my house. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. We have had so much stuff stolen out of our front yard. Like, the beach is our front yard. If you live on the beach, you know to like respect people's areas and people's property, and we get really none of that. Everything you could possibly imagine, from chairs, skimboards, like people have stolen and taken so much stuff out of my front yard and from in front of my house, I could not even begin to explain. You can call me a dick if you want, but we had literally my entire skim camp for the whole summer, my dad's friends with their kids, friends of friends with their kids. There was more kids in our private beach than anywhere else on the beach. We pretty much welcomed everyone, and it was for more publicity. But I digress. That day, the 4th of July, code enforcement received a call that our fence was put back up. I saw them coming and did the only thing I knew how to do: improvise and distract him while my dad and my brother ran out onto the beach and tore the fence down. Code enforcement's here. Should I rip him down really quick? Hey, you're back!
No, we took it down.
We took it, why'd you have to come back? For what? Go take him down, really.
By the way, I seen you on TV.
Wait, why'd you get a call?
City manager.
About what? What fence?
Take it down?
Yeah, we took it all down. Well, somebody took it down in the middle of the night, 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
They actually came, they stole.
I seen all that. I know the whole story. I seen it on TV.
Yeah, well, I guess they ended up posting it on Facebook.
If I go out there, am I going to find any bad things?
No, not anything that you don't like. Oh, one more question. I lost my train of thought. You guys talked to the governor? Because I know the news, the city.
Well, that's why they're down on the list anyway.
Well, because I know the news, they got a statement from the governor about this whole thing. You got it? You got it? No way, no.
Drop the shovel on my foot.
I distracted him as long as I could. Now he's coming out here to look.
Jack Jr., work for Jack Sr. Yeah!
There was never a fence here. See, I told you, we took it down.
Yeah, good.
Which brings us to the ticket. How could the code enforcement give us a ticket when, 1, I didn't put up any of the footage of us putting the fence back up in the original video, and 2, he never saw the fence up in the first place? I have no idea. But we still have to go to court for it unless my dad just wants to accept a criminal charge, which he doesn't. So it looks like we're gonna have to take the state of Florida to court over this. Us, the ones who have done more to put publicity on this bad law and the Lake Okeechobee pollution than probably anybody else in the world. We're going to court and we're getting a ticket. What great work the city, county, and state of Florida are doing to represent the people. All I'm saying is we're being misrepresented, which is why Mike Honcho will see you in court. Along with the next election for Florida governor, along with the next election for president, Mike Honcho for president 2020 in the comment section. We're gonna change the world. And I'm just gonna end it with Mike Honcho will see you in court. It's the only microphone I have.
Mike Concho has done it all. And a few years ago when I was in LA, I ran into this guy, Tupac. This was right after I spread my cheeks on Playgirl. And right after that, I ran into Tupac at a club, and I didn't know his name. He knew me. He said, Mike Concho, how you doing? I said, good, Toothpick. He goes, it's Tupac, not Toothpick. Now, I'm facing jail time, and I know what everyone's thinking. And you're right. One of the jailers called me already and said, you're the #1 trending magazine at the jail. Me, Playgirl, where I spread the butt cheeks. So if I go to jail, I'm going to be very, very, very popular there. So you got to save Mike Concho from going to jail somehow. Mike Concho 2020. You can see me on MikeConcho.com. And I approve the message.
Throwing up gang signs. Ran in the house.
I'm still gonna send it.